Alright, David Harry here, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating a very specific setup. So that comprises of the GoPro Hero 8 Black with the RODE VideoMic Pro Plus, which I have done before, but this is now paired up with my best ever vlogging rig or vlogging setup for the GoPro, which basically is all around the Ulanzi G8-5. So anyway, I did a video a few weeks or a couple of weeks ago about the Ulanzi case, and during that video I'd kind of laid claim to it being the best setup for the GoPro for vlogging. And at that point I did say I would get out with a few of the microphones that I'd already tested with the GoPro, but very specifically on this particular rig setup because it just is awesome. Anyway, so right now the settings that I've got the GoPro in are completely fully automatic because I'm still trying to get to the bottom of you know, how this all works, what my best settings are for the GoPro. I mean, I've had it now for some time and I still can't get the best thing that I want out of it, so I'm still trying. Anyway, so it's the GoPro fully set up in fully automatic, based around GoPro color as well. And the reason for that is because I just need to try and get, you know, some settings which hopefully are going to work, where I can just get indoors, chop it up and export it out and stuff. And also, as well, very importantly here, I've got the microphone, obviously the RODE VideoMic Pro Plus. I have that set into line level mode going into the GoPro Pro 3.5mm mic adapter. So that's the other important ingredient here. I'm on the original mic adapter and I'm not on the medium mod right now, obviously because I've got the Ulanzi case on. Okay, so let me get somewhere else into the park and I will continue with this demonstration. So for this take now, I've changed settings. Oh, by the way, it has gone very, very breezy. So this is going to be a good test for the Pro Plus. Also, I've got the dead cat on the Pro Plus as well. So what I've done right now, I've switched over to GoPro flat for the picture. I have locked off the ISO between 100 and 200 so it can't go above 200. Also, I have put a manual setting in for white balance, which is 4,500 Kelvin. I don't set me white balance like overly warm, even like, you know, when there's a ton of light and stuff like that. Again though, these settings, they kind of they react differently on a GoPro anyway than what they would do with a traditional video camera. That's what I find anyway. Yeah, so that's all basically there. So the exposure here realistically is being controlled by the shutter, with everything else being fairly much either locked right off or only given a little small space to move, as in the ISO. Yeah, so what we're going to get here is a different looking picture. And of course, obviously, I'm in the flat color profile with this as well. So again, we get a slightly different thing with the flat color profile. Now, what it is, if I do any kind of messing with this take here in post, and I might try and do a little bit of a balance on it and stuff as far as its picture is concerned, I will make a note of that if it is happening, and if it is happening you will see it happening on the screen as well. Now the only problem is I'm still yet to do a whole bunch of other testing to do with the EV and stuff like that as well, to work out as to where and when I may need to use it, because what I'm finding is I'm getting a lot of flared highlights on my face and stuff, which is a bit disappointing really. Because the thing is, I mean, you might notice it during this video, but when it does flare on me, the thing is everything else seems to be exposed fine. Now, even if I do that kind of like, you know, the touch the screen for exposure type thing, or, you know, tell it to concentrate on a part or area of the frame for exposure, that still doesn't get around it either. So even when it's supposedly looking at my face area for the exposure, I'm still having those problems with things flaring out and stuff and burning. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It might be the case that if I was in consistent light, maybe it wouldn't happen so much, or not at all. But obviously I'm going in and out of shadow here, so you know, it kind of is a bit taxing, to be honest, for any camera, this type of stuff. But I'm I'm half happy with certain things that I'm getting out of the GoPro. It's just that when it burns out, and there's nothing you can do about that in post. So you can shoot on the flat color profile and all that, it won't matter, because as soon as you burnt it out, you burnt it out. Anyway, I'm going to dive off into the field and do something there as well. Okay, so what I've done now is basically the same as the previous take, but this time I've locked off the shutter to 50, ISO to 100, and this time I've put my cheap variable ND filter on the front. Now I can't tell you what strength it is at the, what it is on the ND itself, because it's only one of those cheap ones. But basically what I've done, I've just kind of turned it up a little bit, because if you turn these too far, you will get these cross-hatching effects because they're only cheap ones. So it's the difference in the polarization between the two glasses, or the two bits of glasses on a variable ND, and it just happens on cheap ones. And until I know that these things are going to work, I'm not going to shell out for an expensive variable for the GoPro. So yeah, anyway, right now the sun has gone behind the clouds, so I'm hopefully exposing correctly for the way it is right now. Now I'll take a little walk with it for a bit. So hopefully if the sun stays where it is, the exposure here should be quite constant. And once again, if if I can touch it up and whatnot and get a bit more out of it in post, I'll try it. And on that point, I am not a colorist or a grader, by any stretch of the imagination. So when I say touch it up, I am not using the word grade, because I can't grade. So yeah, we'll just see what comes out of this. Like I say, it's a bit disappointing actually, because I was hoping the sun was going to be blasting so I could throw the ND on. When I was doing my walk up and like the last take and stuff, the sun was blasting quite a bit, and I thought, this is great, I'll get the ND out in a second and throw it on. Anyway, so this should give us a really good example of what this is like. Now what I'm going to do is pop out to a take I did earlier by the busy road with all the traffic on, just to do the cardioid test. And for this next shot, I've flipped it right back again to basically all fully auto in GoPro color. Okay, so I'm right by the busy road now. So what I'm going to start doing in a second is turning the microphone around and go off axis with it. And what we should be hearing is the rejection between the traffic and myself, depending upon the direction of the microphone. So let me just wait for some traffic. Okay, so here's some traffic now. So 190 degree off axis there, we'll see what the levels are all like. And then that is 180 degrees off axis. We should be picking up the traffic really well. There's another 90 degree axis there, so we should be picking me up a bit better, but still hear the traffic. And then that's back round to the front again, where I should be getting picked up better, and we should be rejecting the traffic behind the microphone. Okay, so with that test done there by all that traffic, that should give us a very good idea as to the rejection qualities of this particular microphone. But what I'm going to do right now is do the same little test here in the park, and that's only because I appreciate a lot of people probably are not going to want to start vlogging right by a load of traffic. So anyways, there's the microphone and the camera at 90 degrees to me. We should have heard a bit of a drop off. Now that's the rig turned right round at 180 degrees to me. We should have heard a drop off. And then there's the other 90 degree axis there as well, so I should be getting a bit louder. And then that's back to the front now. Now obviously when I turn around, because this is a shotgun, we get the effect of the rear lobe when it's facing away from me. That is something that I will go into in another video. I won't drag this one out with all that stuff as well. Now the other thing here as well, I've boosted this up in post because obviously I've gone in at line level, which kind of will give us a much lower signal than what the mic modes will. So what I'm going to do is right now, what you are hearing right now is the level exactly as it's gone in before I boost it back up in post. So right now, I am back up to my boosted level. Now the reason why I'm showing you that particular example there of it going up and down is so you know exactly how loud it's gone in when I've used the interface or the mic interface for the GoPro. Exactly the same thing would happen when you use the media mod, because I'm in line level mode. Now, although that dropped down quite a bit, and when I bring it back up, it sounds nice and healthy. The reason why I do this, as I've explained in another video, there should be a link pop up maybe, or one in the description, The reason why I do this is because line level mode will give me the best possible audio quality. Then I just kind of like resum it up in post. Okay, so let me just walk a little bit while I'm like this now. Now what I've done here, I have set the GoPro back to fully auto in GoPro color, and I've left the same setting on that I'd had with the variable ND on the previous take before I went into the traffic thing. So hopefully that's going to give us an idea of whether or not I can use an ND with GoPro color in the auto settings to maybe tame stuff or what have you. But the thing is, like I say, I've been trying a ton of stuff here over the last couple of months or so, and I've got to be honest, I still can't get something that I could actually say I'm dead happy with. So yeah, you know, take that however you will. Okay, so that's probably me all done and dusted now. So if you've liked this stuff that I've done here with this rig setup, and you're interested in like watching and listening to more stuff that I've done with all this GoPro Hero 8 stuff and the various rigging and stuff like that, if you go to www.gopro9.com, that will take you to my YouTube playlist where I have all my Hero 8 stuff. Eventually that will kind of link to a website with all my GoPro video stuff on that I've ever done, but right now I think I've got over 45 videos to do with the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Yeah, so if you get along there, you can kind of, you know, see and listen to more stuff to do with this type of thing. And also as well, as mentioned earlier on, probably everything that I've used in this video is all available via links as well in the descriptions below and all that stuff. Anyways, yeah, so that's me done and dusted now. So if you've liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the bell notification icon, and all the rest of the lunacy that you're asked to do at the end of YouTube videos. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.